Hi there, this is Paige, who is Stamp Girl here on YouTube, and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm sharing with you the cards that I made for the Craft Art Paper Stash. This is hosted by my friend Deb, who is Deb Houck's Crafty Cottage here on YouTube, and down below I'll have a link to all the participants in this collaboration. So what we're to use are things from our own stash, specifically our paper stash, and we're making around 5 cards each month. I did quite a few more this time, and I'll show you why. I pulled out this card kit from Stampin' Up. It's now retired. It's been retired for a while, I guess. It's called 3 Cheers for You card kit. It's an all-inclusive kit, which means it came with a set of stamps and a little ink spot, and then the card bases and all the envelopes and all the embellishments to make the cards. And I'm trying to figure out, I think it made 12 cards. Must be. There's 4 designs, 3 of each. It made 12 cards. But I followed the queen of card kits, who is Rachel Tessman, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. She will take a card kit and just do wonders with it by making alternative cards and really stretch out that kit. So many of my cards are a case from what she had done with her card kit. But the card kit originally came in this beautiful box. Would make a really nice gift box. And it had a Night of Navy ink spot. It had this stamp set right here. And I actually didn't use much from this stamp set, if anything at all. I ended up pulling out sentiments from other stamp sets that were within reach. But it did come with a stamp set. And then what I have left are a few labels. These are, I don't know if it's gold or rose gold or copper foiling around the edges, but they're really pretty, so I'm hanging on to them so I can use them elsewhere. I have just the front half of one of the card bases left, and I have several envelopes left. I think all the ones I have left were this design. There was a second design of envelopes that I cut apart and used as pattern paper, but anyway, that's what's left of, this one's not fitting very tight. That's what's left of my card kit. So let me show you the cards. So, like I said, I followed her, Rachel Tessman's directions for making alternative cards. Oh, the card kit also came with copper-colored self-adhesive sequins, and I used those all up. In fact, I need a couple more to finish off a couple of the cards, but here's one of the card alternative ideas, and she was able to get 12 of this design. So this was a card base cut apart. This was one of the elements from the card kit, and this was one of the banners, but they're cut in half because the cut part is hidden behind the flowers, which are popped up. And then the insides of the cards, I used washi tape from my stash just to decorate the insides. So I've got 12 of those following Rachel's ideas. And then there were these. This was another one idea of hers. And again, I used washi tape on the inside. I used some linen thread. I'm not sure if this came with thread. It looks like it did come with some linen thread. And I must have pulled it out, but I ended up using linen thread anyway. I often have leftovers from paper pumpkin card kits, and it seems like I'm always buying this because I use it a lot. But anyway, this was one of the card bases cut in half so that it made a slimmer card base. And this background is from some of the envelopes. So there's, I think there were 6 of those. And then there were 4 of this design. I used my own Native Navy card base. This was another design that Rachel came up with, but I ended up changing it to fit with what worked for me. This was another card base. I had the leftover in there, and it was cut in half, and then I just took a scrap of paper and just made that other border line, so it would be a blue border all the way through. And then this was some, oh, that one's kind of coming off. This was some twine that I had in my stash, kind of a copper and natural colored twine. And then these flowers are popped up. And then for the inside, I just used the back side of one of the card bases. I thought the light blue was light enough to write on. So there's 4 of those, right? Yep, 4 of those. Okay, I've got, my sequins are being a little bit wonky here. Somehow they stuck to the twine instead of the background paper. Let's try to fix that or it'll make me crazy. There we go. Yeah, so I was putting 3 sequins on these and then I ran out of sequins, so the other 2 cards just got 1. Nothing like repairing your cards when you're doing a video. Okay, there we go. So yeah, if I can get to some other, well, geez Louise. Guess I got them a little too close the first time. I think what I was trying to do is use it to hold down that twine, but you know what? That twine can calm down later. And then I had these card bases left. If she showed an alternative using these card bases, I didn't see it on the post on her blog that I looked at, so it might have been in an earlier post, but I had these diagonal striped bases left. But I had used all of the flowers on other cards, so I went into my jar of flowers that I was able to reach, and I pulled out as many the same as I could. I had 3. So I cut the card base from the kit in half and just used the front layer on the front of a white card base. And then this was another element from the kit that I hadn't used before, so I put those on there. This was pre-printed on there, and then I just added this label that was from the kit and then a different sentiment. I think this is from Divinity Designs. It says, "Friendship is the sweetest flower." And so I just layered some paper flowers, and then I took some copper-colored stickles and added them to the centers. Now, I can't reach a lot of the things in my craft room, but I randomly had a bottle of copper-colored stickles within reach. So, I mean, go figure, because all my other stickles are buried somewhere, but I happen to have that. So, anyway, I guess it was meant to be. And then for the inside, I just used the back side of the card because it was light blue. You could still write on it and see the handwriting. So, anyway, those are my cards. Not sure how many I ended up with. I've got 3 there. 3 and 4 is 7. Oh boy. 7 and 6 is 13. 13 and 12 is 25. 5 cards out of a kit that makes 12, so that's not too bad. Anyway, that is crafting my paper stash for the month of May. I'd like to thank you for joining me, and again, down below will be all the participants in this collaboration. Please check them out. I'd like to thank you for joining me, and now I'm off to create.